And we're live. Hey everybody, welcome to Top Deck Monthly Cup number 2. We got the semifinals, Josh Wilson versus Noah McKee. Joining me today is Dan DiArgenio. You might have heard of him, two-time world champ. What's up, Dan? How are you doing?
Pretty good. Ready to watch some Netrunner.
All right, sounds good. And also joining us today is Jesse Vandover. Hey everybody, welcome to Top Deck Monthly Cup number 2. Rookie mistake. Okay, so yeah, Jesse Vandover, how are you doing today, bud?
Doing well.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at these.
We got some hands.
You get some hands?
Yeah, we got some hands. I think this is a keeper for Josh.
Yeah, hold on. We're gonna do a little. We're gonna run over their profiles real quick. All right. So first of all, let me pull up the bracket so we can see where we're at. All right, so this is the semifinals. We still have a match pending from last week, which is Chris Dyer versus Jesse Marshall. They've been having a hard time making their time zones work, so we're still waiting on that result.
Who led the Aussies in this tournament?
This is Jesse's second. He was in the first one, so he's been doing pretty good though. He did pretty good last time. We haven't been able to get him on stream yet, just because it's kind of hard to match up the time zones. But
right.
We got the world champ is supposed to play him, and the winner of that will play against Lori.
Oh my god, it's so disgusting to hear somebody else be the world champion.
I was just thinking that.
Like, what the fuck is happening to this world?
Well, you got. There's always next year.
Ugh.
And then we'll have Lori playing whoever wins that match, and let's see. Let's take a look at the profile for Noah. Noah's our current Top Deck champ. Won last season. He was top 16 at Worlds 2015, 19th at Worlds 2016, third place in North American Champs 2015, top 8 North American Champs 2016. He will be playing CTM and Valencia, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second after we look at Josh's decks. We have Josh Wilson. He's the top 16 North American champion. He top 16 in North American Champs 2015, top 8 in 2016. He was the U.S. national champ in 2016, regional champ.
Never heard of it.
Was he? He was second place in North American Champs, wasn't he? Or was that? I know.
No, Kenny got second.
Kenny got second. That's right. He won at least a regional this year.
At least a regional. He won Rochester regionals, I think.
Okay, and then 41st at 2016 Worlds. So the
wait. Who are we talking about?
We're talking about Josh.
Yeah, Josh won Rochester.
All right. Well, Josh he got 41st this year at Worlds. The top 16 at Worlds is still eluding Josh. I feel like that's something that Josh probably wants pretty bad right about now.
Yeah, he'll get it next year. I think he was probably like the most picked in all of Netrunner.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, he's been on a tear lately. And then for Corp, he's playing CTM and Andromeda. So maybe let's talk a little bit about these deck lists. What are our initial impressions?
Let's talk about these lists first, right? The one that they're gonna play.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna do Noah is playing runner first with Valencia against Josh's CTM.
Yeah. So this Valencia, it looks a little bit hate bear-ish, but it's got obviously Black Meta and En Passant, and Noah went ahead and cut one of the account siphons and put in 2 Temujin contracts. That, alongside Scrubbers and 1 Salsa Slums, will round out, I guess, his ability to compete with CTM on the money factor in the early game, rather than relying on siphon too much.
He's also playing Salsa Slums and 2 Scrubbers.
Yeah, he's got some tools
against CTM,
and he's got Rebirth into Wizard if he needs to.
All right. So do you like the 2 Temujin over the second account siphon?
I don't know. Like, I haven't played too much. I haven't played any of this Val type deck. I haven't played any En Passant Val, so it's hard for me to say. I found that account siphon in the Hate Bear Wizard deck was extremely crucial, and I don't think that you want Temujin in that one, but maybe the fact that you don't have the Wizard credits early makes it more important to be able to reliably get money. I'm not sure.
I think that that's the case, and you also have Black Mail, which you didn't have in the other deck. So it's not like you have to keep them poor to, you know, be able to have access to their remote.
Right, or anywhere really.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that makes sense.
True. And I'd say Josh's CTM list is pretty standard. He's got
double best defense.
Yeah, the double best defense probably the most notable thing. He is playing.
He's got no data wards, very few ice, triple data even I think, and triple wraparound. Not really sure. I don't remember what else it was, but a couple archangels. He's not, one of them is not running toll booth. I think that's Noah.
Yeah. Okay. So this seems like it should be a pretty good one.
Yeah, let's tell him to get going.
Okay.
Josh has told this. Noah does not.
Okay. Josh said BRB. Maybe we should talk about the other lists.
Their CTM lists are actually pretty different.
They're extremely different. They have very different ice, and Josh has got way more tag punishment.
Josh's is more of a classic CTM list, like what people think of.
Yeah, Noah's is like the one that they prep for Worlds. It's got product placement and Mumbad Virtual Tour and Biotic Labor and no commercial bankers.
Right. And only one hard-hitting news. And then he's playing the tech sub-boost for the data awards.
All right, well, Josh drew his all-seeing eye. I don't know how great that'll be against Valencia, but it is a card. And he just goes in and jams 2 Jackson rather than play the sweep sweep. This is, I think, a good move. You're going to be able to play the sweep sweep whenever, really. It could even get better because of Obelisk. And then on top of it, like forcing the runner to go and deal with as much crap as possible is usually a good idea, rather than just like being like, oh, here's one thing. Oh no, I went ahead and checked both of these Jackson Howards. Just a giant waste of time for him.
Yeah.
Although I'm surprised he didn't trash the first one. I would have definitely thought about it.
Yeah, he's got the Val discount too, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing about trashing is when they have 2 things, I don't know. You can you trash one and then you trash the other. It's hard because of Mumbad Virtual Tour these days to really want to be checking those. I find that more often I'm letting them fire since he wants and just letting them reveal where it is to me so I don't have to deal with Virtual Tour in any case. Oh, and there's the slums.
That's a really good thing to see early.
Oh yeah, it's great. So he can just go gamble, slums, run Jackson Howard, force use of Jackson Howard. There is another one where you can go after the other one the turn after. He could also... Ooh, interesting that he decides to play the slums without using it on that turn. I would have probably played the other gamble rather than the slums and just going slums, run next turn. But
So pretty fortunate he got the one of slums that quickly.
yeah. So Josh is jamming down the breaking news in server 3, I guess. What was the 4th install?
Was it Sandstorm?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
I thought I saw a pad campaign. I don't know.
It could be any card like that.
Yeah, he installed them so quickly.
Yeah, all right, well, Noah's on 10 credits. He's got his BP. You know that if you run the Jackson Howard, though, that Josh is going to actually make you trash it. But that only costs 2 credits. I would think that you make him trash it anyway, right? Because you just got another one on the board.
Yeah, chat just verified.
Yeah.
It's definitely a pad in server 4.
Okay. No, go ahead, draws, picks up Temujin contracts. Pretty good to see. But, why are you going to install the slums if you're not going to use it? Right?
Yeah, it seems like a waste.
It does seem odd.
Maybe he was planning on using it and changed his mind.
You could check server 4 because it's likely a daily. Oh wow. Okay, so he wants to go ahead and steal this breaking news. Probably a good move. He knows Josh is got to pressure. Josh has to pressure the runner in this game, and that's installing.
Particularly without having his ID ability to be able to, fight that early war.
I mean, you definitely let him trash this here, right? Yeah, Josh lets him trash it. It could lead to a hard-hitting news actually hitting. The issue is that, if Noah runs the other one, no, he just gains 1 credit. What's the reasoning behind that instead of sure gamble?
They love clicking for credits over there in California.
Yeah.
You ever watch Timmy play?
Yeah,
I heard you played him a couple times.
Yeah, they do click for credits a lot. I don't know, why don't you just play sure gamble? Seems pretty good.
Is he maybe waiting for a spot to play it where it's like unexpected, get a
Unexpected
quick boost?
bursty con?
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes sweeps week worse to just play it, which makes me want to just play it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, like. Also, he could draw a card. I'm not really getting the clicking for credit.
Well, if you draw a card, then it makes sweeps week even better.
That's true.
Yeah, I would have just stat played the gamble. I don't think there's any. Okay, so there's TemCon. Has Josh pitched any agendas? I guess so.
Yeah, there was a GFI.
Okay. Yeah, and you probably take the last TemCon run. Oh, he wants the pad. That's a surprising play. The fact that you put this install in the remote, I guess, makes it better to leave TemCon with 12 instead of not, because the runner is likely, or the corp is likely going to go for a score next turn. Like, it's pretty likely that server 3 is a Beal or a Sansan. Either case, it's likely that an agenda comes out. There's a double resistor. Bottom's second best defense, and probably going to jam resistor in archives here. I would be surprised if he just squares out the Beal. I would probably go like Ice credit. No, he just takes the Beal. It's fair, I guess. Well,
you think he might try at some point to score breaking news and best defense to slums?
I don't think it's that good, honestly.
It's probably not, just because the ID ability is important early, but not that important later.
Right, like, on top of that, like, the longer that you wait with the slums on the board, the less killing it is going to matter. Same sort of logic, I guess. So Noah's got one deja vu that I'll let him get into this remote server another time. If I'm Josh, I might just think about jamming the pad, but the fact that he does jam the pad in the remote. The issue with this play for me is that when you score a Beal, it communicates to the runner that that was your best agenda. On the other hand, he did fire Sensies once, so he did see more cards. It makes me want to, like, when somebody scores a Beal off the board like that, it makes me want to not check the roads for a little while afterwards, because I'm like, okay, they don't have Astra in their hand, right? Like, it's not like you don't like play a Beal and then when you have the Astra, you just play the Astra. Or even breaking news. Like, he went for the breaking news score first and then went for the Beal first. Like, you usually put these things in, like, impact order. So if you let the runner have a Beal, especially if you don't have a GFI scored and you're not at risk of getting exchanged, I usually, like, take that as, take that as my cue to not run the remote server the next time they install in it. And Noah takes that cue, too. He just plays the same old thing but doesn't blackmail anything. Just showing off that he can get in. Josh puts second resistor on HQ, leaving R&D out. He's afraid of Siphon.
I mean, I think if he gets siphoned at this point, he's just going to lose.
Right, but, like, he's seen a TemCon, right? Like, is he aware of Noah's list and the fact that he has Siphon in addition to TemCon? I would assume no Siphon if I saw TemCon, personally.
Right, that makes sense.
That's a good point. I think this is a great line here. He drew his medium and his en passant, so he'll be able to dig, and then if Josh installs the ice, he can blackmail.
Yeah, this looks real bad for Josh now. Noah's got pretty much everything he needs. Like, an Obelisk would be nice, but it's gravy.
Yeah, that I've had worse was killer.
Yeah, Josh has just got the one ice, and you have to imagine he's going to put this ice down. Maybe install the pad campaign over the pad campaign and take a credit. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Nah, just puts it in a new remote. Doesn't... Oh, yeah, he does ice it. All right, so you got to think same old blackmail, play en passant.
Right. Just...
Maybe inject at the end there. Not really sure. It might be better, actually, to deja vu the blackmail.
I think it's better the same old thing.
I would deja vu it because it allows you to more reasonably play inject this turn. Because it gets a card out of your hand. Like, what do you do on your last click? You could run medium again, but, like, do you really need to? It depends on what you see on top, I guess.
I mean, I don't know how much they know about each other's list, but same old thing is vulnerable to the best defense also. Not that Josh really wants to spend 2 credits doing that right now, but...
Well, the fact that you just stole 2 agendas off the top means that your last click is going to be run R&D again, pretty much 100% of the time. So you just opposite run R&D. I was just thinking that if you deja vu'd rather than same old things, and you basically just miss completely on the R&D run, you wouldn't want to run again. You would just want to play inject looking for Obelisk.
So he had to spend his turn clearing a tag, or else he would have, because trashing the ice with en passant.
Sure, yeah. So
True.
his ID ability actually came into play there.
Yeah. All right, well, there's a resistor. He drew 1 card, so Josh didn't see that resistor. He doesn't know what it is. I'm sorry, no, it doesn't know what it is?
No, I think he would have.
No one knows what it is.
Yeah,
right?
he saw it, so he knows.
He saw 3 cards.
Yeah, he saw 2 agendas in the exchange of information.
That's a good point.
Okay. I thought he saw 2 agendas in the resistor. No.
I think
Josh drew the resistor first. Okay.
Josh, he mandatory drew the EOI, and then he drew the resistor.
I thought it was the other way around.
All right, so there's
Faust.
Clicks, draws into Faust. I guess you just jam Faust and run. Nope. Yeah, I would have just played Faust and ran there. They're all fresh cards.
They're all fresh cards, and he's also just sort of showing, his gameplay.
I guess when you play this sort of deck, like, you have to really consider whether you let your opponent res any ice at all, because if you res something like I told you, you can't Amazon it anymore.
Right.
Maybe the play here is to play Siphon first, just to get Josh to waste enough money that he doesn't have to worry about the really, really annoying ice on R&D.
Yeah, considering he doesn't have a David in his hand, that's probably reasonable.
No, he's just gonna take it slow, Josh pad. This is fine too. Like, he's really far ahead.
Yeah, he's just gonna try and give him no outs.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Rather than going for the glory medium dig.
Yeah. I like that. I know I'm guilty of myself sometimes when you see blood in the water, just like over pressing.
Yeah. Noah's a pretty methodical player, so.
Yeah. Do we know what the ice on the road is? I think it's another resistor, but I'm not sure. I don't actually remember.
I bet Chat will know. Chat always knows.
Chat always knows.
What are you asking? What's where?
What's
the ice?
I know there's a resistor on HQ and R&D
and archives.
And archives. So I guess it can't be that. This Noah draw is just too good, I think. I don't think you're beating it with CTM ever. You got like plenty of money early, found the TownCon, got slums early.
It's a runner's world. The corp just lives in it.
He also blackmailed the right things.
It only could have been worse if Noah had drawn an Obelisk.
This is why I don't want to like. This is why I'm not in love with best defense. Like, look how much garbage it is. It's just like not good.
Yeah.
Like it's just too situational for me. Like, this deck is already so full of tag punishment. Like, look at all this crap Josh has. It just doesn't.
It's like a less specific silver bullet card because it's like
it trashes random things. Like,
yeah, it trashes random stuff. It's pretty broad what it can do. It's good against a lot of different decks rather than just good against like a certain deck. But I mean, it still suffers from the problem, like you're saying, of it being a corp card. Like, the runner can afford to play crap like that. The corp typically cannot.
Not only that, but the fact that when you're playing it for 0, you are paying $2 at a click for something the runner paid $0 at a click for. So unless it's something like that's supremely important, like I would think you can just do better with random good shit. Just because like you're assuredly behind after that exchange.
Right.
Maybe not a behind versus having no best defense. But the fact that you're paying $2 to kill, like same old thing? Who gives a fuck?
So you're basically saying that best defense might not be the best defense.
Well, I think in certain decks it's certainly good. And, like, maybe it's necessary tech against Hate Bear because they're floating tags and having Obelisk. But, like, you're not trying to kill them or anything. Like, I could definitely see it being insane if you have a deck like a Tag Storm type of deck with Boom in it, maybe. Like, because
Yeah, I think he kind of picked it. Yeah, like you said, for Hate Bear, if there's floating tags, he can use it to kill Obelisk, and maybe also, I mean, Noah will play Kate sometimes, and maybe killing SMCs is like a secondary benefit. I'm not sure.
I guess so.
Noah does play a lot of Kate. Or Chaos Theory, just like goofy Shaper decks.
Yeah, he's I think he played a Chaos Theory deck last cup.
Yeah. So actually, I'm curious. What did Noah play prior weeks? Different decks? Any idea?
I can look that up real quick.
Okay. Because I played Josh in the first round of this tournament, and he played Diaper and not CTM.
He played Diaper last week too against DN.
Okay. Yeah.
He's playing my list. I want to start champ with that list.
So you're asking about Noah, right? Last week?
Yeah.
So last week Noah
this Omar is so worthless right now.
Okay, so last week Noah played Valencia. Very similar, but he had the 2 account siphons instead of the Temujin.
Okay. So he's been on this list for a bit. So if Josh has been paying attention, he might have been aware. Which doesn't make the line of thought that he's playing best defense if Noah's going to play Shaper.
That's true. Week 1, Noah also played the 2 account siphon Valencia en passant deck. So he's been this is third time in a row.
This is his deck at this point.
Noah seems to have some sort of... Noah seems to think he has a read on some sort of important ice on R&D because he refuses to run directly on R&D.
Well, I think he just is thinking that he's going to win the game with medium, so he, once...
He also found en passant, so now he can just blackmail R&D en passant it. So I guess he doesn't want to let him res it.
Takes a whole turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does take a whole turn, but it's still worth it, right?
Oh, no, it's worth it. It's just he's got to get to the point where he can take a turn to do that, and then, and Josh is just getting flooded here.
And that's maybe what you want.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. I think at this point,
if you're about to get medium, Doug, sure.
I mean, he can just jam the Astro in the remote.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah. Click for credit, pitch hard hitting news.
Pitch best defense.
Best defense is same thing. Sure. I guess that's okay. It seems bad to me, to be honest, but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, now all he has to do is what? Score the Astro. If Noah lets him score this Astro, he scores the Astro, feeds him a food, and then he has the Astro counter for breaking news exchange for the win. So Noah's gonna have to either win on R&D all in one turn or decide to blackmail this. Otherwise, he's kind of in trouble.
Yeah, he might ignore it, just thinking that he's got such a hammerlock on R&D that he doesn't.
He does, but there's not too many agendas left in R&D. He needs to steal 2 out of 3.
Right.
That's why he best defends the same old thing, because now Noah has to think about whether he wants to use it to get into server 3 or trash the ice on R&D.
True.
Cannot do both. Although he does have deja vu, which Josh is unaware of, so he actually can do both.
I think.
Yeah. He can't do both all in one turn. But
no, not in one turn. Yeah, I mean, he would never be able to do both in one turn. But before, he could make the snap decision to just go for server 3 and then go for R&D the turn after. Now, from Josh's perspective, he can't do that.
Yeah, I think this is probably a good line for Josh. I mean, I feel like at this point he's just playing to his outs. He's going to have a really difficult time winning.
It's interesting that Noah just chooses to run R&D after all this time of trying to avoid letting him res the ice.
That would make you think that he's saving the blackmail for the remote, I guess.
Right. This makes sense to me. So the reasoning here is you run R&D. Either you get Josh to spend a bunch of money on the toll booth, and then you can kind of just check the remote on the cheap. Or, if he does res here, you get in, or you bounce. Either if you res something cheap, you get in, you see the top 2 cards of R&D. If you steal an agenda, then you can maybe ignore it, because then you're thinking, okay, then I'm that much closer, right? And I can probably just race on R&D for the win. The fact that he misses makes me think that he's probably going to single blackmail here.
Yeah.
So if he's going to single blackmail, what's his fourth play?
Draw a card. He's got 2 resistors on 2 servers to get into R&D. He can safely assume that for the rest of the game, pretty much, he's going to be able to get into R&D for 1 card, so you just want to pick up a card so you can do that. Also, you might just find Obelisk, and then you kind of go off. You draw like 1 billion cards. You can just do whatever you want for like a whole turn. So he draws the card first. I still think he's going to blackmail here. This is just a smart sequence by the technical boy Noah, and he doesn't get single blackmail. See, great minds think alike. And that's going to be game pretty much. Like, you can't win anymore now.
Yeah, I think that was his one
Fucking
out.
surgical blackmails. Why did he say ugh?
I don't know. I was wondering that myself.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alright, so he's going to just leave a breaking news in there now. I guess you would exchange if you score this breaking news, right?
I mean, you might as well, I suppose.
But then I don't see how you win. Like, he's got Faust and he's got Paperclip.
I mean, he cannot get better value off of exchange at this point.
Did no one need to do this? He just clicked forward. He just played a click to install Paperclip. Can you just pump Faust?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so he just burned a click for no reason. Not like he needs them all.
Omarine in the HQ or okay, that
That'll
was
be the game.
yeah.
Somebody cooking some...
What is dinging? What is
I
going
don't
on?
know.
Here?
It's like somebody
I'm sorry,
cooking
I'm
some
sorry.
Hot
That's why-
Pockets.
That's me getting text messages on my computer.
Text messages on your computer.
Yeah, it's the future.
That's some
Okay.
some hacker shit.
It sounds like the past. Sounds like you still got AOL Instant Messenger over there.
I thought you were making some like Totino's pizza rolls or something.
Oh, stop! Alright.
Turn off the sounds.
Stop texting Dan.
Yeah,
Alright.
doing that. Whichever one of you spectators is doing that.
All right, so it looks like we're going to jump straight into this next game. We
Chat
got
wants a cooking show during the break from Dan.
I can't.
Dan, can you show us how to make Totino's pizza rolls, please?
There's no cooking show. I'm actually, the text messages actually, funnily enough, are talking about what kind of pizza to get. I'm somebody who's bringing me pizza.
Uh,
so we have a random player joining the game here.
That's perfect.
That's Jinteki. All right, so we got Josh's Andy DLR Nexus Power Tap Supplier deck.
you want to let this other guy spectate?
Does that not sound like just a pile of jank? But I know.
It sounds like Jag, but it's actually been. I haven't lost to it yet.
Yeah, I know it's pretty good. He can spectate. Whatever, it's fine. You can't stop people.
Yeah, who cares?
It doesn't matter because you can just see everything on the stream. Eh?
Well, actually, the passwords don't work on Jinteki, so like.
Yeah, the passwords work, but only for joining the game as a player.
Yeah, so you can't actually stop people from spectating. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. All right, and then Noah's.
Noah is on the stone cold worst hand ever.
So Noah.
Josh has a pretty good start. He has Rabbit Hole, and he's got Supplier and some money early. This is an insane start for Josh, actually.
Interesting includes for Noah's deck are 1 Biotic Labor and 2 product placement and a sub boost.
For Data Ward.
And Data Ward, yeah. I like Data Ward. It's
Yeah, I was just saying the sub boost is for the Data Ward.
right, yeah.
His mulligan hand is actually pretty good.
Oh, you joined the
Oh,
sweep.
true sweep.
Yeah.
Sicko, no McKee over here.
Sweep Sensi Ice is pretty damn sweet.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. He has no Hard-hitting news, yeah, but if he draws into hard-hitting news, it could definitely be a lot.
He only has one hard-hitting news in his deck.
I know. Now, Josh, I'm sure, knows that there's Wombat Virtual Doors in this deck. But you still got to consider Dirty Laundry this remote. No, he's just going to take R&D. Doesn't want to risk it.
Lori was asking if Josh has All-Seeing Eye. He does not. Or, I'm sorry, Noah. Noah does not have All-Seeing Eye.
No All-Seeing Eye. So Josh just goes for the slow side of play. This is for sure great. Like, Noah finds another Senses, which could be pretty good. I think Josh has to ignore Senses for a little bit, but that's not a big of a deal because you have just such a strong late game. Noah's got 13 credits to fuck with. It's a lot. You could go pop up R&D, Data Ward Remote, and play the Beal and just try and get some points. Alternatively, he probably wants to play the other Senses, so you could just play Ice and then Senses. The issue with playing Ice and then Senses... What? He just iced the Senses?
Wait, what? No, he
No,
didn't.
he iced the Breaking News. I'm sorry.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry.
That would be a major ruse.
Yeah.
That would have been a major ruse. So this
himself.
So this is a pretty sweet breaking news here because Josh doesn't want to run with this sort of credit differential before he's got any setup whatsoever. But on the other hand, he's got the supplier in play. So if this is breaking news, it's pretty dangerous if you just like put a bunch of important crap on that.
Yeah, well, he definitely can't load up the supplier and not run. Like,
It looks like he's just gonna go.
If he's going to not run, he needs to do like play other things.
Yeah. Dude, this is pretty scary. Like, Josh could just take the tag, bounce.
Yeah, he's gonna do 3, steal it, and then.
Yeah, the other option was take the tag, bounce, play the Citadel Sanctuary, take your credit, and then just get the tag removed. That turn 1 sweeps is just so big for Noah. That allows him to have so much more game to play tempo with early. And Josh is just gonna go cold broke trashing Senses. This is weird to me.
Yeah, is this right? I mean, because now Noah can
just tag him.
Yeah, boost by 1.
Yeah, doesn't seem good to me.
Yeah, I'm not getting this.
You should have at least clicked for this credit first to make him pay 1 extra, right?
If you were going to click for a credit. Yeah, I don't understand that line at all.
Yeah.
Right, kill the daily cast, so now...
Yeah, this is just error city. And Noah's going to install the other Senses rather than trash the supplier. The supplier obviously isn't very good as long as he's got this 1 tag, though.
Right, well, presumably he's going to click for credits to clear the tag. Or not. Okay.
Just wants to go trash Sensi, so we'll see if Noah tries to deliver another tag to Josh. If I were him, I would consider just boosting by 1.
I think you boost it by 2 and give him the tag because that way you keep the supplier turned off.
Right. Yeah, it looks like that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
I'm probably correct, actually. And there's the sub boost, so things looking really good for Noah. I think just due to Josh's mismanagement of the early game, like, I don't think, like, if I were Josh in that position, I would have just bounced off the Raven, taken the tag, played the Citadel Sanctuary, taken a credit, passed the turn, removed the tag. Then Noah does what? He scores the breaking news manually, trashes the daily casts, and he's like 2 credits shorter for it, doesn't get to do all this crap on his turn. And then Josh has the Citadel Sanctuary out, so that turns off this stupid Noah boost the trace plan. Goes up to 5 credits with the plan of probably going like Fall Guy, Citadel Sanctuary, credit, use Fall Guy for credit, remove 1 tag. I can see it to remove the second one too. Yeah, this is not looking good for him.
I think Sub Boost is a card that's in the running for best art with worst flavor text.
All right, well, it's pretty sweet art. Let's read the flavor text.
It's fun watching them derez after hitting Enigma. That's the best ice they could come up with for that.
That's pretty boring.
Who's sub boosting an Enigma?
Also, who's derezzing? Is it the runner?
Well, I mean, yeah, because their derezzing is like them getting jacked out.
Is that what that means?
You have to like imagine it. You got to like role play it in your head, Dan. Like they're jacked into the server and they're trying.
Because you know that's my strong suit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The art's pretty great though.
I don't want to give Enigma a barrier. That's for sure.
Well, they're just gonna yog it anyway, so who gives a fuck what it is? All right, Josh, you got a plan for this stupid game? It looks bad as fuck.
Yeah, that remote just got
Hey man,
gross.
I don't know what you're talking about. Josh is winning 1-0.
1-0.
Scoreboard.
And Josh is gonna take like a billion turns to just remove tags. That's reasonable.
Well, next turn he can probably get the Citadel down for the last tag, maybe.
Like, if you're Noah here, do you consider trashing the supplier before Josh removes his last tag to try and, remove any... Because it's kind of like a, value econ play for Josh.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I definitely consider it. I'm not sure if I'd do it. I was thinking about if Josh should have just played the Fall Guy to dissuade that play. But the fact that it's so close, I think you don't.
You're right, just because Noah doesn't have all those credits anymore. Noah needed to draw another econ operation by now.
This is
obviously the tag is getting cleared this turn or we sure Citadel Sanctuary, same thing.
Yeah.
So otherwise he would never host anything.
Yeah. This is pretty reasonable.
Well, now he can siphon, and get a little bit more value out of it.
Yeah, it's not terrible to just jam siphon against CTM with just rabbit holes out either.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Noah draws into a second food, not what he wants to see. He's got the Beal on the board. Let's see if he just wants to score it. What's the upgrade?
Rabbit holes are kind of like breakers against CTM.
They kind of are. They break resistor pretty damn good anyway.
Yeah. Archangel.
And they let you sort of ignore Data Raven, Turnpike.
Yeah. Archangel's not so bad.
Pretty much the only things that are stopping you are like Enigma, which people play like one of. Wraparound is actually coming back into style just because of this sort of deck. Noah respects the siphon off of just the rabbit holes and jams Data Ward on the HQ. Seems good. Josh gets his hotel out, and he's just going to click up for credits. I think I would have clicked for 2 credits and played the Fall Guy, but whatever. You can also actually consider the source there, or at least putting the source on the supplier.
So next turn he's going to Temujin money up, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. This is just going to be Temujin Archives 3 times.
See, I think that's knowing that he was going to likely do that this turn. I think that is why he should have played the Fall Guy last turn, because now he's going to discard a card. Well, I mean, he doesn't need the supplier though, so I guess it's irrelevant. And he's got 2 suppliers now.
It's actually kind of better to discard it.
Yeah. At this point.
This is an interesting choice to put it on Archives rather than the pad campaign. I guess Archives is less relevant going forward. You might want to trash the pad, so you don't want to nice it.
I think he probably wants to trash the pad sooner rather than later.
Now he's thinking about not doing this, so that way he can what? He could get John Massenor with hostage is 2 clicks. Yeah, I think
he could trash the pad campaign now. Because he
that seems kind of bad.
Why do you think that?
Because you just trash it next turn, and he's gonna ice probably.
Yeah, he's just trying to get as much money as possible.
You're kind of like giving the corp 1 credit in exchange for like 4 of yours. This is the way I see it.
I mean, I guess he's gonna clear off the Temujin either way. So
the other thing is, I guess the resistor in HQ is not gonna stop him from Archives running. Like, what is he gonna do? Boost the trace? Like boost the trace 1 every time he runs just to be a jerk. I don't understand. It's pretty much blank.
Resistor?
Yeah, it's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Noah can consider install advanced the global food initiative here. If Josh doesn't have, so like one I think of the biggest weaknesses of this deck is that you have 2 security indexes and you really, really need it.
Right, to bypass big dumb stuff like that.
Yeah. Wait, was that a food? Do you have 3 foods?
No.
Only if you just drew a third one.
Well, yeah, if he. No, yeah, it's a food. Definitely is a food.
All right. Well, Saker doesn't seem like it's very efficient at breaking the state award. just saying. So if I'm Josh, what am I doing here? I'd probably draw a card and run archives 3 times. Oh, actually, the source here is real good.
Yeah. Source, then run archive 3 times, maybe.
Source, Fall Guy, run archives twice would be the play. Because you don't want him to just beat the source with whatever he's doing. One issue with the source is if this is actually just like a Beal play, which would be weird. But if it was a Beal play, the source wouldn't do a damn thing.
How much does it cost this dumb breaker to get through that?
Like about $1 billion, I'm pretty sure.
Good lord.
It's roughly $1 billion. You also have to take a tag. It's 8 strength. You've got to pump it 7 times and then break 5 subs. So that's
13?
It's cost 19.
Wait, no. It's plus 2 strength for 2, right? So you have to pump it to 9. So you're paying 8 plus 13, yeah. And then 16 if you're
paying the 30.
Yeah, good lord.
So Dan, I never even actually thought about that. So the source doesn't affect Beal's extra points; it only affects the first scoring, right?
Yeah. So all of the over advanced agendas work like that. Like
that's interesting.
The source is shit against them.
It comes into play more often to be, because nobody plays the source. A problem for the court that it works that way.
Josh is going extremely bold by installing the source, but not Fall Guy here. Like, if this is Beal, or even if it's just breaking news, like, if this is just a crazy breaking news play, like, just playing the source without a Fall Guy gets wrecked. You, are really counting on this one being food.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to lose it no matter what, right? Like,
yeah, I really don't see why you just play Fall Guy.
Doesn't really make sense.
Noah jams the Mumbet Virtual Tour in Archives. Probably is going to advance this thing one more time, right? Yeah. All right, well, Josh, time to find your Nexus, right? He does not find the Nexus. I would click to draw once here, for sure. Definitely would click to draw here. If you find the Nexus, it changes this game entirely. And the crap in your hand, like Saker, you just don't need this card against CTM at all.
Right.
You're not gonna pay to break Data Ward or Resistor, unless he's afraid of wraparound. It's not good.
Yeah.
So you can afford to draw it. Even the second Temujin is kind of whatever. You don't need both the Temujin and the Daily Cast. That's for sure. Not while you're going to continue to draw free cards off Earthrise Cells going forwards. One issue, I guess, with the drawing the Nexus is you're kind of not rich enough, but you can just play Fall Guy and just sack it. Oh, no, because you have to pay 3 to steal with the source. So he's pretty much not stealing this.
I don't think he has any way to. Is Saker actually good?
No. You just, need a breaker.
Okay.
It breaks vanilla. That's pretty much all you're using for is breaking exactly vanilla in this deck.
And resistor. Well, you don't need rabbit holes, yeah. So only if you draw it first.
It's pretty much a card that says $1 break vanilla. I don't think I've ever used it to break any other ice. But you still kind of need it. This subboost is just doing an absurd amount of work.
Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, Josh is in a bind. He's really trying to figure out.
If I'm Josh here, I'm probably because you know that if you get to the point where if like Noah's about to go on game point, you're gonna have to check never advanced remotes and trash all the sands to make sure that he can't win. And to get to the point where you can do that, you absolutely need Nexus in play.
So, Josh.
Josh is gonna make a new to Mugen to ignore the Mumbai Virtuals who are on R&D. This is a pretty interesting play. I like it because it. Okay, that's not what he wants to see, but at the same time, like, you know that Noah's not got a ton of credits to triple advance out this food.
So the tour's on Archives, I think.
That's correct. Yeah,
The tour's on Archives, right? That's why he moved the Tamujan contract. But yeah, I mean, he wanted to see a resistor here, not pop-up window.
Yeah, pop-up window is. This is like entirely an economic play. It is not. I think if he saw an agenda, he wouldn't even steal it.
So speaking of flavor text, on Saker, it says, "Spiraling ever higher, every feature of cyberspace sprawled before it." That sounds like some poetry I wrote in like 7th grade.
It's a really good poem. Like, I'm really glad Narrator has such great flavor because it's just so important to me.
You wrote cyberpunk poetry in middle school? I mean, you're way ahead of the time.
Yeah. I was probably like into White Zombie and was writing like psychedelic punk more than cyberpunk.
Noah found a breaking news, so that's kind of good. And Josh found a whole lot of not the thing he needs. I would just continue to click the draw here. He does. Click the draw again. Play gamble. And then I guess you could just dirty laundry R&D.
Yeah, the source makes it way harder to exchange information.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's what I was saying. It's like, when you're playing this deck in the late game, if you've got enough fall guys, right, all you do is you just bust into this remote. Like, think about it. Like, he dirty laundries R&D here. Gives Noah $1, right? If next turn he just draws into Security Nexus, he slams Security Nexus and continuously checks the server, how does Noah actually even win? He's so far ahead, but it's actually really hard for him to win from there. Because he basically needs to stick a Sansan on the board, and then also he needs to never advance in the Sansan server with a breaking news to EOI. I guess he doesn't really need the EOI here. He just needs to score like an Asher or a Beal and win, but second pop-up window on R&D is a good move. It's going to turn off some of the money, although I think Josh pretty much has all the money he's going to need. One more tick off the Earthrise Hotel. I think jamming Siphon here is pretty good.
He had Resistor and what was the other ice on HQ?
Data Wars.
It was Turnpike. Oh, that's right. Data Ward rather than Turnpike, yeah.
So this deck doesn't play legwork, I guess. So I guess there's no chance to like sort of flush out HQ before.
No, you don't even want to flush out HQ. You have the source out.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Josh doesn't know that what the card in server 2 is either. So
he knows it's an upgrade. We don't know I don't know what it is. What is it?
If it's a Sansan, that creates some problems for Josh. That could give no one out.
He had another Gen in his hand, but I'm guessing he pitched that into Archives. He had another food.
Another bowl of food, yeah.
Yeah, I think he pitched the food.
Whoa, Josh just made a big error. He needed to boost his chase by 1, so that way he didn't take the tag. He's assuming that he has 5 link, but he doesn't have Nexus out.
Yeah, if he had power taps, maybe he would just want to clear the tag with Citadel.
Maybe he just never wanted to steal the money in the first place and just didn't boost the link because he's going to remove the tag for free anyway.
Yeah.
The thing about this is like DLR here is not very good. Like, it's okay, but you really want to click the draw badly.
Is he gonna install it, you think?
What, the DLR?
Yeah.
Not the worst time in the world to install it, but it's also not very helpful. Like, I would just draw.
I mean, it looks like he's trying to go for the DLR play. That's why he's trashing Jackson, right?
I guess I was just thinking that not that he's gonna use it, but that it just he had the access. So to get it down.
No, it just jams the food in the remote. This is a great play.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because this is going to... He can't even get in. That's hilarious. Not that it really matters. Like, the fact that this is...
He can get in. It's just really expensive.
He's not going to get in. He's got the source out. Like, this can't win the game.
He could run it and de-res the Tat Award.
Oh my god! Good. Are we at that point? It's actually not the worst in the world. It's just so much better to draw Nexus and
it would cost so much, but
I know it's way too expensive. Jackson Clare's a good draw here. It's free. He found another Siphon. Also a good draw. I would heavily consider just jamming that. And he does. All right, what do you boost the trace to here? I think you go down to 2 credits. You really don't care too much about the accesses because the source is in play. He does, in fact, boost it by 2. Josh is going to access. The question is, does he actually steal? If he's, yeah, I'm not really sure if you steal here. It's pretty close. Draw another card. Install Jackson Clare for free. Pitch second Citadel Sanctuary, remove the tag. Why would you install Power Tap?
No, because it's going to fire the Citadel to get rid of that last tag.
It's just not important. Like $1, who gives a fuck? I think it's a little late. Like, he's got all this. He's got 4 turns coming in from Daily Cast in the next 2 turns.
Yeah, he's not really hurting for money.
Yeah, like the credit differential is gigantic. I mean, like if he's he needs to track every Sandstone at some point this game, so it's not like the card's worthless. But Jackson Clare is pretty much a free click. Wow, this is such a bold move by Noah. Just one advancing the food, threatening to win the game with it when it's a food.
Mm.
If Josh leaves this alone, he's a genius. On the other hand, like he doesn't really need to leave it alone. It's kind of an interesting situation you've got here. Because Josh is going to draw to try and find his Nexus to get in. I'm pretty sure, right? I guess he can get in with the stupid breaker. Oh my god. He's actually going to be put into a position where I think he has to do that probably. First you click to draw, try and find Nexus. You click to draw twice. No, you click to draw once.
So Noah just wants Josh to go broke.
Well, I
so
think
he has time to gain enough credits to win the game.
I think Noah wants Josh to steal the agenda, lose the source, and then he can...
Well, you can decline. So if Josh does get into the server, there's almost... He's going to de-res the ice. He's probably just going to not steal it. And Noah might even move to trash it, because it's going to be so expensive for him to get this all the way up to 6.
Well, my thought was he would rather him have the food. Obviously, he doesn't have to steal it.
Wow, Josh is bold as fuck here.
Well, I think that comes with giving your opponent a lot of credit. You know, like he's
got the read.
You can't make that play against like just an average player, like, but against a really good player.
Did Noah only have 2 credits there?
Yeah, he only had 2 credits. He couldn't score anything. Josh
finds his Nexus.
Well, now Noah has enough money to win the game if Josh steals that.
Yeah, he couldn't threaten the win, but he could breaking news.
Well, how do you win? Like, you need a Sandstone to do it.
He has a Sandstone server too.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Well, Josh just goes Fall Guy Nexus run.
Yeah, well, now Josh... Let's see, how much money is it going to cost? So he's got to get in... If he wants to steal it, he needs 3, and if he wants to trash the Sandstone...
He makes money getting into this server. Because he's got double power tap out now. So he just goes... He just installs Nexus, installs Fall Guy, runs the server, doesn't steal the food. There's literally no reason to steal the food. You just want to make Noah advance it more times. Bypass this, gain 2 credits. And suddenly Josh is looking totally fine here. Access product placement, you definitely trash that. You gotta trash a Sand too here.
So isn't that kind of what Josh's deck does? It almost loses until it absolutely wins at some point.
Yeah. You definitely do not steal this GFI, I think.
Well, he's got a fall guy.
Yeah, but you just don't. Noah's just gonna trash it. Like, Noah's just gonna trash it for him. So why do you even bother?
True.
Like, you want to save that fall guy for agendas that actually matter. Like you want to stop him from scoring here. You're not worried about your points. So every fall guy, is something that you can use to stop Noah from scoring by continuously using the source. This global food initiative is not yet threatening the source, so he doesn't care. It's only when, Noah actually threatens to win that he's actually going to do it. And the fact that Noah has to put 2 more advancements on this before he actually can threaten to win, and Josh gets into that server for +2 credits, like why on earth would Noah advance? He's just going to trash it. I mean, he could advance. I guess you could advance it to force the use of 1 fall guy, but he's still got 1 more left in his deck, doesn't he? Yeah, there's still 1 more. He can actually, hostage for fall guy here. It's pretty good. So Josh has got 1 click left. And if I'm Josh here, my last click is going to be run HQ. Because it is +3 credits if he doesn't res the ice. Okay, does he not know what this card does? Like, he can just install this card for free. Does he not know how this card works? It costs 0.
Oh, right. Why did he put it on? Why did he put it on Sapphire?
Well played, Josh. Oh my God, there's a biotic. That could. I forgot that Noah was playing the biotic. That's actually a very big deal.
Well, he can potentially he could score the food off the Sand, right? If he had enough credits.
He does not. Yeah. He goes digging for a sweeps week or a hedge fund. Does not find it.
He would need 14 credits, I guess. Yeah, so a sweeps week would have almost gotten him there.
All right, so he finds the other fall guy. I think he's gonna feel stupid when he gets this Jackson Clare for 0 credits. Yeah, I mean that would have been a free run, right? Just free run Jackson Howard. You kind of have to pop it. Yeah, so Josh is just minus like 1 billion clicks this game for just being clunky.
If I had to bet, I would say Josh probably hasn't played this deck a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like, he was talking to me about it. He told me to play it, and then I played it. And he told me about this deck like 2 days ago. And I think in the past 2 days, I've gotten significantly better than him at this deck.
Yeah, I mean, he's mentioned it in chat a few times, Slack chat.
So,
wow.
Yeah, Josh is gonna milk power taps for free money. Let's see if he sees the biotic later. That changes everything. All right, so there's a breaking news. Do you want it? It's you probably don't, right? The thing about stealing this breaking news is all it does to steal this breaking news is take it away from Noah, because it's very unlikely that you steal the last breaking news, right?
Right, but taking it away from Noah can take away one of his, paths to victory.
Sure. This biotic is going to make it really hard for him because, I don't know. Did he not trash the Sand out of server 2, by the way?
No, he left it.
Still there.
Yeah, that was completely wrong. Like, if you could just keep Sand from ever sticking on the board from a turn, they can't score agendas without feeding them to you first. So he should have definitely trashed the Sand.
The chat was wondering, no Black File and no Love Good in this list.
The Black File. The Ben Mason special.
Why do you run HQ if you don't want agendas? It is clicking for a credit. But yeah, probably not the best HQ around there. It would have been better. I guess you have 5 link now, so it's not very good.
I mean, would he steal the Astro if he hit the Astro?
So now he's trashing the Sansan?
Yeah, he should have just done it before.
I mean, he needs to trash it, but yeah.
And now he just jams it. Oh, he was running into HQ to get DLR. I see. Click for your credit and play DLR. Not sure how good DLR is here at all. Like, all right. So this one advanced play informs Josh that either Noah is dumb, or he has biotic labor in his hands. Right? Those are the only 2 options as far as I can go. So I guess you do have to check this here, right? Yeah. And you pretty much have to check every remote install after that and trash every Sansan. All right, so these things trigger. Jackson Clare run there, force the trace. Trace is good. Bypass the ice. You actually do kind of need to maintain some sort of credit lead here, because you can't break the data ward really. I guess you kind of can, but you only get 1 Nexus trace per turn, right? So if Noah gets a big enough credit lead, he can actually just trace him out of the server, and then there's not really a good way in if you can't afford Saker.
So Josh uses the Fall Guy. He's got another Fall Guy in his hand. Plus he's got the hostage. We can go grab the 3rd Fall Guy.
No, the 3rd Fall Guy is already trashed.
Oh, it's already gone?
Yeah. But yeah, you definitely jam Fall Guy here. Your other play might be... Oh, wow. That's a click for 2 credits from Josh. Oh, he actually doesn't need John Masanori. He can just start milling. Oh, Josh is just using this data ward to take the tag.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Well played. Mill 3. Clear with Citadel.
Pressure on. Pressure is on. Tag is gone. And now you're firing. I guess you got a Jackson draw here, right? Like, you don't have a good play for installing things at all.
Mm-mm.
Like, does Noah have any outs at this point, period?
He's going to go for the installs play.
So
what was that second thing? It was Jackson Howard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Josh is going to need to check both of these.
Which he easily can do.
He's going to need to steal the breaking news, which is awkward.
So he's going to make him he just wants him to steal stuff one at a time, so he has to keep taking the source.
Yeah, he has to check that. Then he has to check for Sansan. He's going to find Jackson Howard, force the mill. Then he's going to have 3 clicks left, and he can run Data Ward and mill 2. And I guess the plan for Josh at this point is going to be mill enough agendas that he can win before Noah can fast and bounce either this Astro or this breaking news. And
so Noah just wants him to steal this, use the Fall Guy to pick the source, then steal the Astro or the breaking news, get rid of the source, then use Biotic Labor to score the last one.
That's correct. Because he knows that there's only 2 of the sources left, right? So basically, Josh can steal 2 agendas, but that's it. What is this HQ run? Why on earth would you run HQ here?
Well, he takes the tag. No.
This is terrible. He can't take the tag. The link is base 5.
Yeah. He has 5 link already.
Yeah. No, this run's terrible. Because if you see this agenda, you can't steal it. Now he just loses, right? And he just loses the game straight up now. This is a game-losing steal.
I mean, he could win this turn.
Oh yeah, I guess if he gets this Astro, then he wins the game. Oh my god, I can actually do it.
Potentially, there could still be an agenda in archives too, right? As he milled some.
Well, there's a Jackson on the board.
Oh, right.
Server 7 is Jackson. Josh is just pounding it out here. This actually makes a decent amount of sense, but I just don't think it was necessary, right? Like,
I guess Josh just doesn't think that he installed an agenda.
well, he's wrong. I guess you can be pretty sure server 7. Well, I guess installing behind. Ooh, we missed again.
Is he gonna just keep going? No. Okay.
No,
He's gonna hit server 7 and hit server 2.
No, he just loses the game. He runs server 7. Jackson gets used. He runs the data ward server, bypasses, steals the breaking news, source dies, and he loses the game. Or he doesn't steal and he gets exchanged.
Yeah. I guess those HQ pokes. He thought he could fish out the 2-pointer.
I mean, all he has to do is free run server 7, right? Get the Jackson, force him to use it, run the data ward server, steal the breaking news, keep the source out, run again, mill twice. Then the next turn, Noah is going to install another breaking news. He goes and steals that one, loses the source, runs, bounces, mills twice, checks archives, and then he gets 4 accesses from R&D to take the last agenda and win.
So now Noah is going back to the finals, right? Giving himself the opportunity to defend his own title.
Yep. Yeah, he'll be in the finals. So the champ is back.
All right. Well, Dan's gonna be busy for a little while, just kicking.
Let me see if I can get them on the stream.
Don't worry, Dan. You'll be able to explain this to him live and in person.
Yeah, you're gonna get to troll them face to face.
I'm gonna give Josh a lot of shit for this game. This game is slops.
So, initial thoughts before we get these guys on.
What played by this? Sub boost is insane.
Sub boost was nuts. My personal favorite play was hosting the Jackson Claire on the supplier.
Oh yeah, that was just -1 free play, right? That would have translated into R&D access on the best possible play. Well, I guess not because of Jackson Howard. Josh likes his shitty play, where if you steal the agenda, you lose the game.
Well, he can explain his thoughts.
I understand his thoughts. That there's probably agendas in HQ. He knows that the biotic is there. Maybe he missed that. Maybe he didn't realize.
He didn't know the biotic's there.
If there's a
he should know based on Noah only advancing the food to 2, though. Right, because the source is out. Food's at 6 advancement counters. Noah's leaving it 4 away. He's got to think the biotics again. And that was with the Sansan already trashed, too.
One or both of them coming?
Yeah, it should be. They haven't responded yet, but. Oh, there's Noah.
Noah!
Yo.
Congratulations on an impressive victory, Noah.
I win.
Josh01. You don't deserve that one.
That matchup's fun.
Well played, Noah.
Thank you.
It's a really hard matchup for you.
It's
But Josh
a really hard one. I'm glad I picked the biotic version. I've been playing the boom version a lot. That wouldn't have been fun.
Yeah, that would have been a joke. Like, Josh made a lot of critical errors in that game.
I thought he did pretty well.
Nope.
The last decision fork was pretty sick. Like, my deck definitely gave me that.
I think he should have just run the other remote, milled 2, and then on the next turn do the same thing and then check archives. Because then he's on game point and he has 4 fresh mills.
So was there any agenda in
His
archives?
his source still gets trashed, though.
Yeah, the source gets... So what he does is he steals the breaking news off the table this turn, right?
And source is trashed.
No, he uses fault... No, he shouldn't have run HQ at all. The source wouldn't be trash if he didn't steal the breaking news from HQ.
Oh,
It would just
right.
be the fall guy if he stole
That's
the
what I didn't understand. I didn't understand his first DLR HQ run.
Well, because he wanted to get DLR out, I guess.
Yeah, but why not just do... If you're not going to steal agendas, why not just do archives?
Because the archives has one bad
My virtual tour.
Also, the HQ run gives him a credit because he has double power tap.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Yeah, that one made sense. He also installed Jack Sinclair on the supplier when it was free.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't catch that. I've never played that card.
I've been playing this deck a bunch. So sub boost was nuts for you, as was the biotic.
This was my first time playing Sub Boost.
It was real good.
It was MVP.
I don't know. It's cool. I feel like I switched my Toll Boost out for Data Wards, and now I'm kind of like, Toll Boost has an in-run sub on it.
What is going on back there? I feel like Dan's about to like.
I'm making my bed.
Oh, I thought you were
I'm
gonna
making
like.
decks.
I thought you were gonna
Like,
like pull
Kelsey.
the. They're gonna pull the china like the table with like the china on it or something. Like you do some crazy tricks.
A
or
magic
something.
trick.
Yeah.
Dan can't actually sit still for any length of time.
Josh is probably mad. Probably mad at me.
I'm trying to get him to come on. He's not.
Probably, yeah,
answering.
exactly. It's probably not.
I don't think he's mad at you. I think he's mad at Dan for just kicking him repeatedly at while he was already.
He's used to it.
He's probably not gonna talk to me now.
Well, I actually I threw out the idea of having some. I wanted to do like a special top deck where we have just Dan versus Josh, and both of them are actually like mic'd up and just talking shit to each other while they play. I thought that would be pretty awesome.
We should do that, but the community should pick which decks they play. Like
Yeah.
completely pull them from the
It would
ground
be
up.
really funny if we both had to play garbage.
Yeah.
Or you could do the format where they build decks that the other person's going to play, so they try and build them as trashy as possible.
The corp would lose every time. Like, how could you build a corp? If you could build any corp deck you want, you could build a deck that could never ever win. Just build a deck that's like literally a billion cards that do nothing.
And there are a lot of core cards
There
that
are a
do
lot of
There's a lot of runner cards that do nothing.
Power Tap didn't do anything for a long time. Now it does something.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm still
You
waiting,
build the deck so it doesn't do something.
I'm still
Binder
waiting for
cards.
one of you deck building geniuses to break Capstone.
I mean,
I played Capstone for a while.
has Supplier really
Nah.
has Supplier ever been in a good deck before?
Supplier has been. Wes's Supplicate from the 2014 regionals.
Okay.
The supplier's never
That's
been
pretty-
in a good deck before, but that's not
Yes! Wes's Kate is good.
That's
No.
Yeah, he got second at my regionals with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What is
90. Back when we had 90-person regionals, he got second with Supplier Kate.
It's a
What
pretty
is it?
strong card.
What is this deck you played with Capstone? I must know.
Oh, that wasn't good. That was I just first started playing. I'm like, deck filtering. This is a good panel to ask this. Is the Page Piper frantic pudding thing good? I thought about playing it today, but I didn't have time to test it.
Page Piper pudding? What?
Page Piper frantic coding. Have you heard about this?
Coding.
No.
How does it work together?
So when you play frantic, if you have Page, you guys know what Page Piper does?
Yeah, it's when you install a card, it trashes the other copies from your deck or something like that.
Yeah. So if you frantic coding and install a program, you can search with Page Piper, which cancels the discard the other card's effect of frantic coding, like Foundry ABT. It's the same thing as Foundry ABT.
Right. That's interesting.
We're talking about it on the Slack. It looked really cool, but I didn't have time to test it, so I didn't want to.
So Page Piper, does it cost 0?
Yeah.
And then whenever you install a program, you can trash all the rest, or anything, right?
Yeah, but I think you can fail to find and still trigger the search effect.
Sure.
So if you install your one copy of Medium, you can fail to find, shuffle your deck, and not trash the other cards with frantic coding. I think.
Yeah, I believe you're correct. It says any number of copies, so 0 is a number.
Dude, since I'm on the stream, you want to see the craziest Netrunner foil ever? It's a Japanese Astro script with the limit per 1 Damon sign in silver Sharpie.
Wow.
It's worth some money, man.
You've really
foils.
You've taken ugly promo decks to the next level. You guys are like the shitty Magic vintage players.
Yeah, exactly, man. I'm the foil hunter.
That's gotta be worth. That's gotta be worth.
My EDH deck.
That's gotta be worth at least $10.
Yeah, maybe 5. I don't know.
I think Josh is with us. Josh, you there? Or are you just sulking?
Yeah, what up?
Okay.
Josh is cameraless.
Yeah, we're working on
Yeah,
that.
I don't have a cam.
Josh, you had the read on him having the Biotic Libra in hand, right?
Right.
Yeah. So why would you, if you run HQ and you steal an agenda, you're just working on the assumption that there was just one in hand?
Yeah. Well, no, I thought there were a bunch in hand, and I was afraid of leaving it, and I was also afraid of I was afraid of leaving his HQ. Like I was trying to win on that turn, basically,
Right.
and I suspected that my odds on archives weren't good, and the running R&D was futile.
Right.
So I just wanted HQ'd a bunch of times. And in hindsight, I think I could have maybe not stolen the breaking news, but I'm pretty terrified that he puts like an ETR on HQ or something, and then
Why?
forces me to take breaking news and then just biotics a Beeler Nester.
So you have Fall Guy and the source out there, right? So you can check both the remotes. Only one.
Yeah, I suspected they were either both breaking news or one was breaking news, and then when I saw the breaking news, I suspected that, of course, one is breaking news, and I'm pretty much just scared that if I don't win on that turn, he'll do something to keep me from reliably getting into the future, and then
you still have
force
DLR.
me to the breaking news behind the data board.
So if you check both remotes first, though, so you check one remote, it's breaking news. You check the other remote. If that's an agenda, then you can just go ham on HQ. But it's a Jackson Howard. So at that point, you can keep the source in play. And with that information, knowing that he can't score the next turn, you can just mill 2 cards. And that's 2 free accesses.
I don't like any plan that starts milling at that point, to be honest. But I think you're right that I misplayed and that I didn't run the remote before HQ.
Yeah. I mean, just getting that. You really don't think milling is the best play if you see Jackson Howard and breaking news there?
I don't think you have to mill it all in those decks for a really long time. Especially in this, there's no time limits on the round. Why would you start?
It's not about the time limit. It's about the fact that he's limited to 2 sources and he's 3 agendas away from winning.
Well,
Yeah.
He has to steal 2.
He has to steal 2 agendas in one turn.
I agree with not stealing the breaking news out of HQ, but I don't agree with milling at all. I don't think you need to mill for a really long time.
I think you're right. I think I misplayed when I stole the breaking news.
Yeah, just clicking for credits is better than milling in those decks.
I don't think so. Not when your opponent can actually score an agenda.
I can only score. If he doesn't steal, if he trashes every Sansan.
Yep.
I have to put down a 3/2, and then he has to steal that because I have Biotic, and then I have to shuffle my, and then I have to get another 3/2.
No, the breaking news, you have EOI. Breaking news is win. You biotic EOI.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Well, Deanne's in the chat. He votes for milling as the best plan.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he's wrong. I think the only thing I did wrong was I stole the breaking news, and that I should have ran the remotes before I ran HQ.
How do you feel about the installing Jackson Clare on the supplier play?
Yeah, you installed Jackson Clare on the supplier.
It's free.
It's free.
Oh, is it free?
Because you're linked. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it does that.
It does that.
Okay, so I lost a turn when I did that then.
I don't think you lost. You lost. I think you
lost a click.
The RML that would have
Yeah. I lost a turn for Jackson Clare. Did you
Right.
top deck the Astro at the end, Noah?
No, he had all of them.
Yeah,
he actually just.
So I actually still could have won.
You could have if you hit the Astro.
You could have won if you hit the Astro. Yeah, you needed to what? You needed to miss 2 out of 3, or you needed to hit a 1 out of 3 in 2 tries.
Yep.
Yeah, Resistor's stock has gone way down.
Yeah, I was actually talking to. Who was I talking to? I was talking to somebody about this matchup. And they're like, "Oh yeah, I cut down to like 1 resistor now."
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Are you gonna play
There's so much of-
wraparound or vanilla?
I guess Rap is still good.
You can play 1 of each. You can play 1 wraparound, 1 vanilla, 1 resistor, just for fun.
I don't know about Reg. I played Reg CTM in this because I thought martial law was going to be illegal until like 2 days before, and then I hadn't really thought about the pre-martial law like meta call, and then I wanted to play my boom deck, but I felt like that was way too obvious.
Well,
I don't like playing this kind of deck against an opponent like Josh, because like you want to choose something that gets your opponent into unknown territory, you know. And so
I completely guessed your. I think I sleuthed out your Smurf because I was a little worried you might play. I thought you might also play the Nexus.
I dropped into one of your games and then like popped right out. But
yeah.
But I assumed
And
you
then after.
Yeah, you were on like Ampasant Valor, right?
Yeah, no,
I was like,
yeah.
I was like, he's not gonna play that.
It was kind of like an incubator valve.
Oh, I love Jiteki Smurf culture.
I correctly identified your IDs. I thought you were gonna, but I thought that Valencia was gonna be more siphons.
Dude, I should have popped into another Smurf and then come in.
I thought you did.
That
To
would've
be
been
honest, right after that game ended, and then I was like, well, Noah's probably still on a Smurf. So then I popped into another game. And I saw an en passant Val with Employee Strike, and I was like, "Oh, this is Noah's other Smurf." And then I tried to, I decided that you would be on.
You guys are way too rosy. This is like a third level.
But I correctly identified both decks. I thought he was gonna play CTM, and I thought he was gonna play this.
You guys are incredible.
Dude, no joke. I have 6 Smurfs because like every time someone finds out about one, you need another one. Like you can't.
You guys are such dipshits.
I
just tell everybody want to play.
No, dude, I'm over that.
I think I found it. But
So the only time I use my like public account is like for these.
I did not expect you were gonna have those Temujins because you did have an account save and you injected it.
Yeah, so I've been messing around. I think En Passant is just... so En Passant and Cutlery double up on each other in a really uncomfortable way. And so I just wanted to make an En Passant spam deck, but all the stuff from Hate Bear goes with En Passant, except Cutlery. But then it's a weird thing of like, well,
Yeah,
I don't want to do the Mega Obelisk thing to get a big Faust to Cutlery everything. I just want to play En Passant over and over again. And so I actually don't want to float tags. So now I'm playing all this like slums and stuff like that. But then I do want to have the option to do the Mega Obelisk thing. So I packed 1 siphon. And like, I don't know, actually I'm kind of satisfied with the deck.
Well, it kind of made the best defense that Josh was running a little bit like.
Oh, you're on
ineffective.
best defense?
I
you
played
best
two.
defense.
I played 2 best defense because I thought you were gonna play that siphon heavy one. But then
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna like just walk into that. But I still think 1 siphon is fine.
Not only did I play 2, but I drew them both right away.
Yeah, so you really just want to en passant the whole time. But then if they manage to like cheat out something with EVC, then that deck gets really hard because if you don't have any way to tag yourself, you're just using Faust and a 5-card hand. And it gets really grim, so I don't know. I'm kind of back and forth on that list.
How did you feel about the sub boost, Josh?
I was kind of excited because I was actually thinking about bouncing it the entire time. Knocking the sub boost off. But I always needed a little more money, and then I was working really hard to get to that Nexus.
Right.
You could have done it, right?
I could have bounced the thing, yeah, at one point.
How much did it cost? I figured it out during the game, but then I stopped. Okay.
It was 8 to boost and then 5 subs. And then another 2, I guess. So it would have been 15.
So I think Dan bailed on. Did he say you have to go? I didn't hear him. Right.
Like, he didn't say anything, but both you and him went black on the stream. I don't know why.
Well, we both went black because he exited out, and now I'm trying to find my cam.
I just keep seeing Noah pop up all over the place.
Me?
Yeah.
Am I coming like in and out?
It's just what Greg's doing with the stream.
Oh, okay.
Make it interesting. So, no, you're back in the finals to defend your title here.
Yeah. Who am I playing? We don't know yet?
Don't know. What is it? The winner of Jesse versus Chris Dyer is playing Lori, was it? Or who was it?
Yeah, we got Chris Dyer and Jesse Marshall are playing in the quarterfinals, which hasn't happened yet, and then the winner of that will play Lori, and then whoever wins that will then play you in the finals.
Yeah, it turns out it can be tough to schedule a matchup between an Aussie and a Brit.
Yeah, I want to play Lori. We go way back. That guy's cool.
I cannot find the camera.
How are you doing, Jesse?
I'm doing all right. Surviving the rain here.
Oh, it's raining here too.
Yeah, it's kind of been crappy all day. Had not been playing much Netrunner though. I don't think I played any games since Worlds actually.
Yeah, I just play these top deck games.
Oh yeah, I played in this top deck too. I played against Josh. Almost beat him.
And I just
felt like I almost beat him.
think about meta calls all week. Just think about meta calls all week, and then kind of play like slop. And then the other person hopefully plays like slop too.
You're still playing live though.
We have our first shore champ this weekend.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
What are you playing?
I can't tell you.
Yeah, of course.
You never know who's watching.
It's 48 people as it turns out.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just so boring for them.
Yeah.
You should like dance or something.
How's the Netrunner scene in Hawaii, Jesse?
Nope.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Really? No one?
No one. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't play any live Netrunner when except for when I come back to the mainland.
Huh. That's a bummer.
Yeah, I could. I've been thinking about trying to start like a meetup. See if some people want to play or something.
We have had like no new players in a really long time, and it's starting to bug some people. I've kind of absolved myself of personally trying to grow Netrunner, because I think it can be like endlessly frustrating trying to figure out how to get new players. But some people in our group, it like really bugs that we don't have anyone new.
Yeah, not having new players. I mean, it's like the LCG model is good at the start when everyone's on the same playing field and
Yeah,
doesn't so much get in. But now it's actually worse than Magic because at least Magic rotates and then you can hop into a new format.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it seems like the rotation would have been better off if it hit right after this cycle than
That's
wait.
definitely true, and I think that there's just too many cards in the rotation. Like, too many cards will still be legal after rotation. It'll still be cost prohibitive for new players to get into it.
Yeah, because when I jumped into the game after, well, I guess it was after 2014 Worlds, I jumped in, and it probably cost me like $230, $240 to get in, and that seems pretty reasonable from, a competitive game perspective. So, but now it's like, over $400, I guess, and it's only going to go up. So
Is it $400 to buy cards?
if you buy them, if you go and you buy them online, you can probably buy in for like $450. And if you, but the best thing to do would be to buy a used set. You can usually pick one of those up for like $300 or something like that. But
Right, but then you're not I mean,
You're not adding a player. You're just
Yeah.
You're just
you're
replacing
just
a
changing
player.
which player. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I got a couple questions about the games that I wanted to throw out real quick.
Yeah. Did Josh leave?
I think he's still here. He's here. I'll ask Josh first. There was a play that everybody in chat was kind of asking about. It seemed like the commentators agreed, but I wanted to get like a little take on it. But it involved letting Noah remove from game the Jackson Howard. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I guess like people in chat were kind of questioning. They were saying like, why not pop the Jackson there? Is it that you just want to tax him out? I mean, he was kind of low on money at that point.
Well, I mean, he had already. I had 2 Jackson Howards down, right? And he had already ran. He had already ran both of them.
Right.
So he's identified that both are Jacksons. So if I use that Jackson Howard, then he runs the other one and removes that from the game, right? And then I don't have any options.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I let him RFG the second one, and then he has to run the other one or run archive. Like he has to spend another click to actually force the other Jackson.
Makes sense. Another thing
either way, it's the same result, right? It's the same result, right? No, like if I pop the first one, then you run to the second one, and you remove it because now there's 0 cards in archives.
Yeah, I mean there was only 3 cards in archives total, so I guess it really would work out.
So if I use it, then he runs the other one and removes that one.
Either way, it's going to be those 3 cards.
It's the same result.
Yeah. Noah, there was a question that we were talking about on stream. Was in your runner game, there was a click 4 where you clicked for a credit and you had a sure gamble in your hand. What were you saving that sure gamble for?
Sorry, just for the previous one, don't you tax me a click though? If you use the first one, then I have to run the second one. Versus if I remove the first one, then I don't have incentive to run the second one.
No, I think you do. I think you have even more, and you did. You did run the second one right after, and then I used it.
But because you used the first.
No,
right. So you remove the first one, right?
With slums.
Yeah. If you run it the second one now, you know that I'm going to use it, and you pretty much have to, because if you don't, then that Jackson only gets better, right?
Correct.
The best time to remove it is right now.
Correct.
So you're going to run that Jackson, right?
Yeah.
It's like the same thing. It's the same thing either way. I feel like you're incentivized. I think it's actually exactly equivalent. I can't think of a scenario where. Actually, yeah, I think it's exactly the same.
If you run use and I don't, if you run use and I blunder and don't run the second one, then it was better to use.
Right.
Right.
No. I actually think if you remove the first one and then you don't run the second one, it's better, because then, so there are 3 cards in archives. Let's say like one of them is trash, right? Like I don't want to recycle. Like I'd rather recycle any other card than that card. Then I would want to have one Jackson for another turn so that I don't have to recycle that trash card. And incidentally, there was I think there was like a best defense or something I couldn't use.
Sure, assuming you don't want your cards back.
Right. So the best case scenario for me is you let me have a Jackson, and I think the only way that happens is I let you RFG the first one, and then you don't run the second one.
Cool.
I use the first one. Yeah. So it's actually definitely better than to do it the way I did it. But it's only it's the tiniest bit better. It's the same thing, pretty much.
Cool. What was your question, Greg?
My question was about, you had a sure gamble in your hand in your runner game, and on your click 4, you clicked for a credit instead of playing the sure gamble. We were kind of wondering why.
I just don't want to play. I don't want to play out. I wasn't clicking for the credit because I needed the econ. I was clicking because there was nothing better to do. But I don't want to play out the econ resource when I don't need it, right? So, it's basically playing around closed, but it doesn't even have to be closed. It could be anything that taxes me. So, say later in the game, he makes a big server that I need to, I need exactly click for 4 credits or something, between click for 2 credits and click for 4 credits to get into that server. Mm-hmm. Then I have the sure gamble. So if I have a free, it's weird to think of it as a free click, but like running didn't do anything, and I don't know why I didn't draw.
You didn't.
Oh, I think I was playing around sweeps. Yeah, sweeps.
Yeah, well, playing the gamble would have also made sweeps even worse.
Yeah, that's true. But again, I would rather save that for when I need it. I've been clicking for credits a lot. I don't know.
The funny thing is, well, that was what I said. Well, first of all, I said he's probably holding on to it for like later when he needs a burst, and then I think either Dan or Jesse's was that it's because you're a California player and you like to click for credits.
I said that. Yeah, that's the California move.
I think it's natural to just play your, especially Operation Econ, like when it fits into your sequence, but it's not always optimal. Like sometimes it's optimal to save it for when you need it, rather than to just sequence smoothly, because not all turns are as clutch as other turns, Some are just maintenance turns. Mm-hmm. So if you've already established your board for as much as you're going to establish on your turn, then I don't know. I don't think you have to waste the card on it. But
I think unless you think you're about to get closed accounts, I get what you're saying for holding it, but you'd have the credits anyways if you don't get closed accounts.
But I had a cast down, right? I think I had a cast down. If I get closed, then I can just triple credit your gamble and we're back in it, right?
Yeah, if you think you're going to get closed, then yeah, holding it makes sense.
I don't know if I thought I was going to get closed, but I just didn't see the need in playing it out.
Sure.
I very didn't need the credits right then. And did I have the Temujin already? I forget if I had it in my hand when I'm on that turn or if I drew it after.
I don't think you had it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, you had 4 cards, but I don't think the Temujin was there.
Yeah, it might have been questionable. I'd be happy to go back and watch it, but I think it made sense at the time.
I know what you mean about the free click, though. I find that sometimes it's weird to think about, but you don't really have anything to do, so you just click for a credit because that's what makes the most sense.
Yeah, you don't want to be lazy about it, but at the same time, it didn't seem like a super clutch turn, so there's no point in getting nervous and drawing and giving him more money with Sweep Sweep when he was like 8 or 9 or something. So, yeah.
All right, so this is a really important question that I have for both of you. Who's the better hockey team, the Pittsburgh Penguins or the Washington Capitals?
So
both sound like.
I was gonna say Joshua has no clue. That's.
I don't like hockey. We didn't like hockey in Cleveland, so I'm done with Cleveland.
I don't know anything about hockey. Those two sound like bad teams.
Yeah, pick a real sport.
The Penguins did win the Stanley Cup last year, guys.
Okay,
Wow.
Okay, sounds like they're better. I don't know what you want.
You're not a Columbus Blue Jackets fan, Josh?
No, I don't know.
Also, so many hockey teams in California to pick from.
Really?
Yeah, you just
we have the Sharks.
Yeah, you get good ones too. Actually, not just there's some good ones.
I know Sharks are a team. Or Sharks.
The Mighty Ducks are pretty good.
What? We have Mighty Ducks.
Well, they're just the Ducks now. They were originally owned by Disney and called the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how they're doing this year, but they've been decent lately.
Did the Mighty get relegated out?
The Mighty got relegated out when they were no longer owned by Disney.
They weren't good for a while, and they were like, okay, you're just the Ducks for a little while.
So, Josh, how would you feel about a top deck series of Dan versus Josh grudge matches where you guys are on voice chat talking shit to each other while you play?
I'll do it. I don't know if he would agree to that. I think Dan's a little terrified, I think.
He sounded, well, I mentioned it.
He sounded real scared.
I would just like
Dan called me out for playing the deck, but I gave the deck to him yesterday, and I was watching him play it, and he had no idea what was going on.
Well, according to him, he played it a lot since then, and
did he?
Yeah, well, that's what he said. He said that he played it a lot since then, and he thinks he's better at it than you are.
He's not.
He's not.
He's not. After the games that I observed yesterday,
I don't know where he just Irish goodbye'd out of here. It was quick.
Yeah.
He ran.
Well, he was making his bed 10 minutes before that. So.
Oh, I guess you make your bed and then you lie in it, right?
Probably just went to bed. That seems like something he would do.
It's early. It's like 9 o'clock in Danland, right?
Yeah. It's 9 o'clock in
I'll go to that land.
Busland.
Uh-huh.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go to my LCG night now and play these exact same decks.
All right. Well, hey, congratulations. We'll see you again.
Thanks. That was fun.
Yeah, we'll see you in the
Thanks.
finals. And how you feel
So it's
about?
not gonna be next week, though, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean,
Really?
It's supposed to be,
it.
but we don't know with these guys.
It.
All right.
I really hope that it is because my wife is really pregnant, so I could just disappear off the face of the earth at any moment. So,
Cool. Congratulations.
thanks, man.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
Are you gonna name your baby after a Netrunner card?
You know what?
Secretly?
I thought
wants
about
out?
that. I thought about that.
Ampasant Fiend.
Akshara.
Well, Max is my favorite runner, so I thought of like if we were gonna have a girl, that was one of the options. But
That's pretty good.
yeah, but no, it's a boy, so we're naming him Shelby. No,
Chubby.
Shelby, not Chubby.
Gabriel Santiago.
It's always Gabe.
Yeah, no, I actually trust me. I tried. I looked into the game for some inspiration, but
Can I find any?
I
What's wrong
actually
with
think
Jackson Blair?
I think a girl named Andromeda would be kind of cool too, Andy.
Andromeda is a cool name.
Yeah, it's a pretty name, and then Andy's like I'm a big fan of like sort of androgynous names that can go either way. So Andy's a good one.
Yeah, the Andromeda Galaxy is like actually a thing, not just a Netrunner
Right?
card.
Yeah, I mean I'm a science nerd too, so that's like
Yeah, that's cool.
double whammy.
Nice. All right.
All right,
Thanks for
cool.
hosting.
Well,
That was fun.
crush some nerds at your G&K.
Nicely played, Noah.
Yeah, you too, man.
Congrats.
Thank you. See you guys.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and try to wrap this thing up. Any final thoughts, Josh? Thank you for participating. It's a good run.
No problem, man. It was fun. Had fun.
Yeah. Maybe come on for the finals if we can get a hold of you.
Yeah, I could do that.
You had to knock me out and then not carry the torch, didn't you?
Sorry, man. I tried.
Mm.
I tried.
Yeah, you 2-0'd Dien too.
Yeah.
Oh well, can't win them all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a pretty good one. Thanks for coming on, Jesse. You got any shout outs or anything you want to deliver?
Oh, not really. I'm probably gonna go stream Hearthstone.
Sounds
People
good.
can. If people want to watch me annoy people on ladder with Pirate Warrior.
Plug.
Oh, okay.
You gonna
There
plug
you
it?
go.
You gonna plug it?
What my
Yeah.
Twitch stream?
You
Plug
gonna
it.
Plug the stream?
Do
yeah,
it.
You gotta plug, dude.
Yeah, sure. It's my name is Dashicon. Like people can find it. I link it in Twitch. Or and
What about our YouTubers?
I link it in Steam. What's that?
I said, what about our YouTubers? They're not going to be able to. They won't see the link in Twitch.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's twitch.tv/DASHAKAN.
Woo! There it is.
There you go.
Got that plug. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. We'll hopefully be back next week with the finals. So stay tuned. Thanks everybody.
All right.